All right, that's Bela Fleck's solo from the album Tabula Rasa, the first track in which he collaborates with Pandit Vishwa Mohan Bhatt, playing his modified slide guitar, playing North Indian classical music. The raga is called Charukeshi, that's just the name of the track, and I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to play this solo and kind of explaining some of the parts and melodies that Bela chooses to play, and sort of go through the song as a whole too. So first of all, what's a raga? That's kind of a misunderstood topic a lot in music. So it's it's a melodic framework that musicians from India and Pakistan, Bangladesh, all around South Asia, they can use this melodic framework to improvise within. So it's a series of rules and patterns. It's not just a scale or like these are the only notes you play, because there are multiple ragas with the same notes. So the essence and the meaning of a raga lies in the relationships between the notes, how they move from one to the next. Other things like which part of the octave they focus on, what the main frequently played notes are, which notes are avoided and skipped. So that's sort of a basic overview of what a raga is. And this admittedly is a fusion between an Eastern and Western musician, so it's not very strictly adhering to the rules and the sort of established repertoire that this raga has. Charukeshi, it's a South Indian raga that was imported into North Indian music, which I know sounds complicated, but it's just sort of has a bit more of a loose type of feel, since ragas that were imported from South India into the North Indian tradition tend to get simplified, whereas when they stay in Carnatic music in the South, they have a very strict sort of set of rules. And it's just sort of one of the basic things is that each raga can be classified into its That system, Thaat, which kind of groups ragas together into a family, into like a group that shares certain traits, certain note qualities. And Charukeshi is often not put in one, and it also doesn't have a time of day or season that it's associated with. So these are just some of the things, some of the kind of unique position that some of these ragas are in, including Charukeshi, this one. Basically, that's a very brief overview. So tangent aside, I just kind of wanted to preface that for people who might not know what a raga even is. So it's kind of it's a musical personality is what you can think of it as. It's not a scale or a mode or something that you memorize or just look at on a sheet of paper. It's a personality. It's a being. It's a type of sense. It's almost like a flavor or a color. It has its own sort of qualities that are intrinsic to it. So this one is called Charukeshi, like I've said, and the notes that it uses, so the notes that his vina will be tuned to, his sympathetic strings, are just this. So this is going to be your 1 for the banjo, your first string. That will be your tonic. So you don't have to change your tuning to play along with this, since he has his vina tuned to D, we can just use this as our tonic. So up the scale, these are the notes that this raga uses. So you got your 1, 2, so that's an E, 3, your major third, that's an F sharp, your G, so that's your perfect fourth, A, and that'll be your perfect fifth, and this is the flat sixth. So on your banjo, on your top string, that would be your 9th fret. Or wait, is that right? 5, 7, yeah, your 8th fret. So not a lot of banjo music uses this note, except for briefly something like. So this note is hardly ever used, like I said. It sort of clashes with your open G chord. So it's kind of not really played. And then you have the next note is the flat 7th. So this is going to be a C. And then you're back to your octave. So those are the notes that this raga uses. So you can tell it's like major and then minor. So a very unique scale. It's almost the Mixolydian scale, except for you're switching your natural 6th for a flat 6th. And so it creates a very asymmetrical scale, sometimes is called that because it has so many of these tritones, meaning, notes that are 6 notes apart. So your D, I'm sorry, your open D, this E is going to have a tritone with the B flat. And the next note, your F sharp, is going to have a tritone with the C. And certain notes just kind of sound odd together, like E and A sharp. So it creates lots of tension, and it's almost like a split, personality type of scale, because it's very happy sounding up here and very sad sounding up here. So it's a very cool scale to play around in. Charukeshi, and this piece, Bela's solo really makes good use of a lot of these cool patterns in the scale. So let me just go through here. I'll show you some of the main themes that Bela is playing in the background of this. So since this is a fusion, it's in 4/4 timing, and it just kind of has a chord progression of just like a D to a G minor and back to D. So he uses some chords. He's just kind of comping in the background while Vishwa Mohan Bhatt solos. But these are some of the chords he uses. So you've got an A, C, F sharp. He'll throw that in sometimes, but mostly he's going to be playing this D here, one of these Ds, and then a G minor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty simple, but it's really beautiful, and you kind of don't even notice how simple it is, because the Mohan Veena is such a unique sound, and the scale is so unique, and just the musicality is just sweeps you along with it. So it is just kind of a 1-2 chord change. But yeah, like I said, you don't really notice. So here's Bela's main sort of riff or motif that he plays in what we'll call the verses. So this is you don't have to use lots of rolls. You can double up your fingers on the same string because it's not so fast that you would need to alternate. So to play this main riff, and this is actually how his solo starts, you got a 2 here on your middle, an A, your D, your third on the second, and then an E here, second on the first, and then this F sharp, your 4th fret on the first. So, and the timing is, you're gonna want to start this note right here on the 1. So you've got your, and then you can kind of pull off So where this sequence of notes is played in the previous measure, and then this is your 1. So we're here on like beats 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 1. And then you're gonna use your, I use my index, so a lot of this is just alternating between thumb and index. Occasionally the middle finger is necessary, but mostly it's thumb, thumb, index, index, thumb, index, index, and then you're gonna play this A sharp, and then you've got your 2 drones here, and then back to your A. So this is kind of the main motif. It's a melody that they play together. And then you can end it like that on the last time. So just a little slide from 1 to 3 on the second time. So the first one, so right after there, instead of going, you're gonna go and leave a little break there until the next measure. So that's his main melody, and then Vishwa Mohan Bhatt plays his Veena. He plays this little line that's like, and that's him. Bela's going to be going like this. Going just back and forth between home bass and, you know, the minor 6th. And you can play all kinds of variations. You know, you can bring it up the neck. Here's another G minor style chord. So something like is another way to play it. You know, you can play it up here too. And then you could play this kind of G minor. So just kind of alternating back and forth between there. I haven't fully gotten every single chord he plays. He's just kind of in the background providing a foundation for the Mohan Bhatt, for the Mohan Veena to be soloing over. So let's go ahead and move on now to Bela's solo. So it's gonna start just like with his normal riff here. And then right here is when his solo starts. So and then here's when we'll start our solo. So it's got several different like sections that are kind of distinct little pieces that sort of are, you know, just kind of put together. So the first one is like just using this very simple. So that's your D here on your 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then you're open first a lot. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, then move up to the 5th fret, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, then move up to the 8th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move up to the 11th fret and play it twice, 1, 2, then down to the 10th to play it twice, 1, 2, and then here on the 9th is when the next section will start, just once. So let's go through that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, So that's how it starts. Very simple, just sort of, building up. You can tell that in his intention here is to just play it real smooth, play it real cool, and then bust out the tricks later. It's a very, very simple rhythm. So nothing too complicated. So we'll go again. So 3rd fret is first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 8th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. 11th fret twice. 1, 2. 10th fret twice. 1, 2. 9th fret once. So we'll go ahead and play it again. Put it in context here. All right, that's where we're at so far. So after here, a different segment starts with lots of kind of a different idea. So we've got this one right here. So we're on our 9th fret here. This is our G, and we're gonna play our open first. And we're gonna do 2 of these little pull-offs from 9 to 8. So we'll start here. So I'm used to using my thumb and index still. Thumb, index, thumb, index. So we've got so this 8th fret is very quiet. It's very subtle. You barely hear it. So that's the timing. So it's different than this 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going. And then we're going to play this little roll here. We're going to play this sort of, augmented D chord. So you've got an F sharp here, your 8th fret 2nd string, and 10th fret, or wait, no, where am I at here? 5, 7, 7th fret. So this is, I'm sorry, I was wrong. This is 8 and 7. 8th fret, 7th fret, pull off, open first. So we'll start up here on our 11th fret twice, 10th fret twice, 8th fret once, and then these pull-offs. And then we've got this augmented chord here, so we've got a 7th fret here, and then a 9th fret here. So that's an F sharp and an E, and our open first. So we're just gonna hold this shape and play this roll here. That's index, thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle, index. But you've kind of got this little starter note right here. So let's get the timing of this down. This took me, a while of listening to it to get it down, because it's kind of a departure from the. So that's that riff right there. So let's go ahead and play the whole thing and get to that part. This is how I like to learn things, is just add a little bit on to the end and then start from the beginning and play it all the way to the last part. That sort of gets it really ingrained into your memory. So we've got a little riff. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, And then after this little riff here, we're going to bring this shape down to the 5th and 7th fret and play kind of the same roll. So that's index, thumb, middle. So and then we're going to add a little bit to the end of that. So that's our next riff. So that's index, thumb, and we're still here on 5 and 7. So that's the next riff. Let's put it together with that last one. So that's that little roll segment. It's a really cool sound. To me, it sounds really just amazing that this just came out of his brain in a split second. So we're playing in that sort of Mixolydian scale. We're not really playing this minor 6th, so we're just playing around in kind of that bluesy Mixolydian sound. So this part's kind of tricky. Kind of a melodic thing to do here. Index, thumb, middle, index, middle, index, thumb, middle. So again, let's put it with its partner. Oh, these two just kind of go together. So that's our little pull off here. 2 of those. And then this little stopped note right here. And then our roll. 2 of those. This note right here brings us down to the second part, which is on 5 and 7. So we're here at 7 and 9. And then bring it down to 5 and 7. These two sound really cool together. They're kind of related. They go together, but they're very different. If I can play them right, so. All right, so that's that part. Let's go ahead and play it all from the top and get to that part. So from our riff. That's where we're at so far. And then after this, we're going to bring it down here to our 1 and 3. And then there's a really funky timing thing that happens here. It sounds almost like he drifted off and is accidentally playing out of time. And it's really hard to get it exactly perfectly as he played it because it's on a very off beat. But it's something like this. So we're just going our open D here again, index and thumb here on the C, on our 1st fret 2nd string. And then this 3rd fret middle string, which is our flat 6. So just playing this open D in between them. And then playing this our A, 2nd fret. So after you play that, you're kind of switching this. So it's like... So this is kind of an off. If I can just get this note. And then we go to the open G. So let's get that part right, because it's almost like a slur, like he's like stuttering or something. It's like he varies the timing, and it almost sounds off, like it's wrong. But it's not. I mean, it's Bela Fleck. Everything he does is genius, you know. So it's just a little, like, I don't know, indescribable sounding thing that just, to me as a musician, hearing that, it's like, oh, he like wandered off in his brain for a second and got distracted by something in the studio. Who knows what? But and you can hear the drum is going too, so the drum is just kind of like playing in the background, and he plays a note that isn't in syncopation with any of the drum beats. So it's really difficult to recreate because it sounds accidental to me, but I'm sure it's not. So once we get to this open G, we're gonna start. Things are going to get a little bit more complicated. The riffs are going to get way more complex. So it's been pretty simple so far. But let's go ahead and get to where we are here with this open G, which will be the first time we play this during the solo. That's where we're at so far. So then little single string section here, and kind of a 1 2 3 1, almost a triplet sound, playing in 3/4 against a 4/4 drum, which sounds really cool. So it's like this, going open 2 3 twice. So that's kind of the timing, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then we're going to bring it up here to the 5th fret. And then our D here, 3rd fret, 2nd string. And then 4th fret of our 1st string. And then open 5th. And then 5th fret, 2nd string. 5th fret, 3rd string. And open 1st. So let's do that whole thing right here. Kind of a melodic, kind of a single string. You can also swap your 5th string for this 5th fret D string, obviously, since they're the same note. Just depends on what sound you want to go for. If you like this or this. Just depends on whichever one you think is easiest. Might be easiest because then you get to go. You're playing this C chord on all 3 strings here on the 5th fret. And then you're open 1st. So that whole riff, again, we're coming from this kind of unsyncopated beat here. All right. Should we take it from the top? I don't know. Are you getting sick of the first half of the solo yet? Let's go ahead and start adding on here. So we'll start here because this is kind of the halfway point in the solo. So this is the first part is almost like the introduction to the solo, and now we're getting into the meat of it. So we'll just consider this our new beginning. So that's gonna lead into this next part, which is kind of a similar timing: 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 against a 4/4, and that's gonna use this 7 chord here. So 5th fret, 2nd string, open 5th string, and then this nasty 8th fret, 1st string. So index, thumb, middle. You know, just playing this super C7 chord. And then 1st and 2nd string are all both here on the 7th fret. Let's do a little forward roll. So 5, open, 8, 7 7, open. You know, that's a good thing to practice, to get your fingers used to playing this very rare lick on the banjo. So your 5 8, you're using your 5th string here, and then 7 7. So, you know, we're playing melodically. The notes on a single string would be, but you know, we're trying to get that open full sound. So let's go ahead and get to that point from our second beginning here on the open G string. So we've got open 2 3, open 2 3, 5 3 4, 5th, 5 5, open, 5 open, 8 7 7. And then we're going to start going up the neck after that. So you've got to play this from this 7 7. While your 5th string is ringing out, bring your fingers that are holding the 7th fret all the way up to 11 real quick. So to get this kind of sound. So index, middle, thumb, index. This is your 11th fret, 2nd string. So 7 7, open, 11. And then you got take another little second with your open 5th. And then while this 5th string is still ringing out, you're going to play an A minor chord up here. So that's going to be 14, 13, 14. So you're going to double up your 5th. You're going to use your thumb twice. So 5th string here, and then 14th fret G string. So that's index, thumb, thumb. So let's put that in context here. Let's start it from our little nasty 7th chord here. So your A minor chord here is going to go thumb, index, middle, middle, middle. So you're hitting this 3 times. This is kind of a kind of a bold statement. It's like, okay, we're up here now. You can use your middle or index. Like I said, the pace, the tempo isn't so fast that you need to always alternate your fingers. You can definitely just kind of switch them. So that's our, let's let that be our sort of stopping point for now. So let's get all the way up here from here in our little 3-3, you know, our 3-4 timing here. I missed a note there. Let's do it again. Right there. Or the point is here, F sharp, G, E, C, G, and then our 7th chord, and then our little 7-7. All right, and then the next segment is all way up here on the neck, so everything is above the 12th fret for a second. So after this A minor chord, that's a pretty tough lick to get down, so I'll play it a few times so you can hear what it sounds like just kind of isolated. It's kind of a segue that brings things up here. How he came up with this stuff on the fly, if he did, is just mind-boggling. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next part. And then this is 14th fret. We're gonna go 16th fret, 12th fret. And this kind of, that's going to be our theme here for the next few measures. So that's an A minor here, 14, 13, 14, 14, 14, 16, 12, and then 14, 13, so a C chord. So that's the rhythm. And then from this C, we're going to go up the scale all the way to our high G. That's how I play it. There might be a better way. Just going up, just moving my hand up here, because we're going to need to be up here. So let's get to that point. After, we'll just start with our A minor chord here, though. I can play it, right? And then that's our next part. So, and then, so we're up here on our high G, which is what, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm going to start losing track of what number goes with frets up here. 17, 19, 16. So we're going G, A, F sharp. So this is, again, our motif, just like a... So you can hear how these kind of fit together. And then after that, we're going to depart even higher up the neck. But let's make sure we've got this part down first. So that's 14, 13, 14, 14, 14, 16, 12, 14, 13, and then going all the way up, not chromatically, but up the major scale. So 13, 12, 14, 16, 17, and then 19, 16. It might be easier to say, for me to say which notes they are as opposed to what frets they are, just to give you a better idea of how they're corresponding to the scale and their relationship to your open tonic here. So we've got, so that would be 5, 7, second, major third, tonic, second, seventh, tonic, second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major third. And then we're gonna start going up to the next part. This is the next part that goes up here all the way to this, almost the highest fret. I have 2 more. So we're here at G, A sharp 3 times. Just like this, we're going. He kind of puts a little staccato there, whereas this one is just kind of up here. You're gonna go. So there's a certain symmetry happening up here. There's a certain like theme and variation with some of these certain melodies. Actually, no, I think he only does it twice. Okay, so these 2 are kind of faster. So G, A sharp, A sharp, A sharp. And then you do this little maneuver where you go. So we're at, where am I? I'm losing track. 12, 14, 15, 17. 15 and 17 on your first and second string. And then you bring it down to here, your 15th and 17th first string, and then since this note isn't part of the scale, I'm playing this one. So let's get the timing of this part right. Wait. All right, so from here is going to be the next sort of motif, sort of theme and variation melodies that kind of go together and complement each other. So let's go ahead and get to that highest fret. We got our A minor, and we're going to start doing the. Wait. So it's kind of pretty quick change here. So that's kind of the tough part that would be good to just kind of isolate for a second. Wait, that's wrong. So that's we're still in the like super attention grabbing part of the solo. Definitely in the weeds. So let's go ahead and get this part perfectly nailed. And then he does this little tritone thing. So we're here at G. We're going to go here to C, all the way to C. So this is 15, 17, 16, 17, and then 13. So D, E, F sharp, G, C, and then F sharp. So this is one of the little patterns that's going to repeat. So let's go ahead and get to that part. And then we're gonna play that sort of same kind of melody just down to the next tritone, which is your D and A sharp. So this is 11 on your second string and 14 here on your first string. So and then we're gonna resolve that by going here to 10 and 12. So that little section, these guys that kind of go together, so we're starting to descend now. This is definitely the high point of the solo. Such a nice little pattern that just kind of is playful and is kind of distinct, and it just sounds like, oh, these is kind of like a theme and variation, question answer almost type of melody. So fun to play, because you just don't know. As a banjo player, these aren't melodies that are typically played on this instrument. They're certainly not melodies that are familiar to like the Western ear. So these tritones played, just one after the other, and this minor sixth, it's just a totally like new sound to hear on the banjo. So let's go ahead and do this descending part now. The solo's pretty much winding up after this peak right here. So let's go ahead and make this our starting point. So we're going to bring this 10 and 12 down here to 8 and 10. So our sort of our last tritone here. So now we're here. After this 10-12, you can go 8 and 10 here on your first and second string. So, this is a G and a C. That's an A and a D, G and a C. And then our little descending riff. And this is kind of tricky. I'll go through it a few times, but it sounds really cool. So we're going to start here. This will be our new starting point. So that's, 8 and 10. And then we're going to play around here with our 8 and 7. So that's kind of the timing here. So 8, 10, 8, 7, 8, 7. I'm doing pull-offs here. Pull off, pull off. So that's going to be kind of the first part. And then after this, we're going to play this, which is 8 and 10, just, backwards on the first and second string. So 10th fret, second string, 8th fret, first string. And so we're going to kind of do this back and forth. There we go. So that's our little melody we're going to play here. Kind of tricky to get the timing right, so I'll play it a few times. I'll slow it down. All right, then after that, we're going to start going down the fret, down the frets, down the scale. So we're just going to start going back and forth with our second and first strings and sliding down the scale. So we got 8 and 10, then you got 7 and 8. And then you've got 5 and 7. And so here we're going 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. You can kind of hear the slide. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So then the rest of the pattern is just gonna ought to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So let's go ahead and get those fingerings right. These are just the notes of the scale. So that's 7, 8, 5, 7, 4, 5, 2, 3, open 1, and then we're going to start with a different pattern after we get to this open 1. It's an open first string and second string first fret. So you can kind of hear that the first string, the fret, is kind of sliding down. You can hear it kind of sliding down to the next one. So let me play it again. Wait, that's wrong. So there's this sliding that happens right after you hit the second string. The fret kind of slides down. So that's our second fret, middle string. So then it starts, this is going to be the last riff of the solo. So let's go ahead and get there. I'll play it again, this descending riff. So then we got this open first fret, second string, second fret, third string. And then we're going to play. So let's get the timing of this down, because it's just kind of switching between. So that's that little riff. You can hit your thumb twice there. Index, or I mean middle, index, thumb, middle, index, thumb, thumb. I messed up. So that's that little part. And then he plays this little melody to end it after. So we're going to be using our 4th fret of our bottom D string, and then open G, and then 2nd. So we're just going 4 open 2 on our 4th string, 3rd string, 3rd string. So let's put those 2 together. One more of those. I forgot to mention there's one more of those. So you're going. So we've got open 1, 2, open 1, 2, open, open 1, open. And then you do this little 4 open 2, 4 open, 4, 2 open, open, open. So that's his little ending riff. So let's hear that. Let's slow this guy down. So 4 open 2, 4 open 4 2 open, open, open. Very happy sounding, you know. It's playing with the major section of the scale, and then right after that, we're gonna go back to our main little melody, and then the song progresses on for the Mohan Veena to take its solo. And that's a whole other thing. But that's not what this lesson is. This lesson was just this solo, which I found so fascinating that I thought it would be cool to do a lesson on it and teach some banjo players how to play this scale and sort of use these new kind of riffs that Bela just sort of, you know, put out into the world. And I don't hear many people talking about this album Tabula Rasa that came out in maybe 2003, I think, maybe earlier than that. That's when I got it, was around 2003 or 4. It actually inspired me to get a sitar. My first sitar was after I heard this album. And I was just so fascinated by the improvisational qualities of Indian music and the way that they played, the musicality, the way that melody was sort of treated as like, you know, the best thing you can do on an instrument. And, you know, so I thought I would go ahead and learn this on the banjo too, because it has always kind of eluded me what he was doing until I had finally, you know, put down the time and transcribed, memorized, and slowed down and repeated his solo and what he's playing. And it's just super cool, and I hadn't seen anybody ever talk about it. So here it is. I'll go ahead and play the solo again. Hopefully you guys can play along and can get some of my ramblings, my, you know, indecipherable rune speak. Hopefully it's coherent. But I'm gonna make a tab. Hopefully by the time I'm posting this, you know, there's a tab somewhere that I'm mentioning right now. So I think it'd be super cool to just get this out there into the world. So yeah, here's the solo one more time. We're gonna start with the main riff and end on the main riff, which is. So here we go. This is the Charukeshi solo on the banjo from Bela Fleck, and his collaboration with Vishwa Mohan Bhatt on the album Tabula Rasa. This is the first track. Ends it in a little hammer on right there from 2 to 4, just to make it last a little bit longer, just to give it a sort of unique flair. So the first time, and then the second time, just sort of emphasizing that natural second, the E. And then again, normally, where you slide from 1 to 3. And then that's the end of Bela's solo, and then comes in the Veena solo. So I hope you guys enjoyed following along. Let me know how it goes, if you found this fun, or if you, wanted to ask me any questions. I'd love to talk about it. Peace.